Yeah, alcohol is banned, and like we don't have any nightclubs or pubs or anything like that.
Welcome back to another Output Lab episode, and you're here with Mirko, and we have today Amirreza.
Hello, I'm Amirreza.
Welcome to the show, and Amirreza is from Iran, and he's 25 years old. And I met him at a gallery opening in town at Verb Syndicate, and he was just checking out some art. And I was there as well, and we just started chatting, and he told me he was from Iran, and he had some interesting stories to tell, and I thought, I'll get him in on the show. So, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me here. It's flattering.
We started chatting at the gallery initially, and you had some art as well in a little notebook that you showed me. And I was blown away at those. They were very spontaneous, very free. How long you been drawing or painting for?
I've been doing that for almost like maybe a little bit more than a year, and yeah, I just started doing it, and it like felt good.
Yeah,
and I kept doing it.
yeah,
And I like where I am at
yeah,
now.
yeah. And hopefully, there'll be a show sometime.
Sometime,
Yeah,
probably. Fingers crossed.
Getting it out there for sure. So, tell us a bit about yourself, maybe, and how you came about coming to Australia and why.
All right. Well, I was studying my bachelor's of computer science back in Iran, and well, since the beginning of like me starting studying, I always wanted to like continue my studies, in a foreign country maybe. And there were there were like countries that I had to consider, and Australia was one of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, now I'm studying my master's in computer science, machine learning here, and it's University of Wollongong. It's been like 6 months since I've been here, and I'm loving it here.
Yeah, good, nice. It's just gone Australia Day, and we were talking before about what did you do for Australia Day?
On Australia Day, me and like 3 other of my Persian friends, we went to the beach. When actually, it's a funny story because right when we reached the beach, it started raining and we had to like pack up and leave. And, yeah, so that's my Australia Day story.
Nice. Which beach?
North Wollongong.
Ah, nice. So you finished high school in Iran?
Yep, and finished my bachelor's in Iran as well.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So how old will you be when you finish like high school? Do you have high school there? Like,
yeah. The system is like you study 5 years of elementary school, then 3 years of middle school, then 4 years of high school. And yeah, so it's when you're almost like 15 or 16, you enter high school, 15 maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, you go to the uni when you're 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's how it goes. Like, then you study your bachelor's for 4 years, master's for 2 years.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, okay. So what, like after you finish, like what sort of area do you want to work in?
I'm trying to like find some internships at the moment for my for like computer related stuff, because I want to work in the like as a machine learning expert someday maybe.
Okay.
And like data analyst.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
right.
the dream. But yeah, I'm gonna like try for it hard.
That's it, of course. And do you think you'll be in Australia?
Probably, yeah. At least for a good amount of time, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You obviously like it here, and
yeah, I like it, and I want to travel. This is a big country.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, one of the things I started to talk to you about when I first met you was that the situation with Iran and the way it's presented in our media obviously I kind of had an understanding of the way media is presented here in Australia. I guess what I wanted to find out more was coming from Iran and your experiences. I guess I was trying to dig for more of a truth of the situation and not necessarily believing everything that you hear on the news. So, and you did mention that, yeah, it's all, it's not what the
Yeah.
news sort of says.
The things I've heard, like mostly from like American media, actually, they're really not 100% the truth, not even like 50% the truth. Sometimes I don't really know about Australian media because I never like knew about Australian media maybe. So the things I've heard from my experience in the past 6 months is that they really don't know. Actually, they don't know the difference between Iran and Iraq. Sometimes, yeah, well, that's like a big difference in like two different places on Earth, and the people here they're open to hear my stories and see what Iran is really like. So they don't have a really good mindset about Iran since, like, again, the media. Uh, they think like a lot of like terrorist attacks or some other stuff is happening in Iran, which is not true at all. Not even like one, except the crimes that the government is doing against the people right now, because that's something that people should know of, because they killed a lot of people in the past months, and they shot down an aircraft with like 174 passengers, which was like a really big, I don't know what to call it. It was a big crime which just went unnoticed worldwide. Mostly, they just talked about it for a day and just everyone forgot about it. But people in Iran are still angry. I hear about my friends every day. I see like their stories on Instagram or other places. I can see that they're not like before. Something's changed. They're angry. They're sad, and no one's hearing their voice. Because if they try to do something, they just try to cut their voice like they did back in 2 months ago. They shut down the internet for a whole week for the whole country. That's not something you would do in the year 2020.
That's
Which
crazy.
this happened in 2019, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In this present time, it seems that it's more showing the world that, or I guess maybe not showing the world, but people from Iran are saying that it's not. This is not right. This is not normal.
Yeah, exactly. They don't like it. They're not happy. They want to change, but who's to listen?
Yeah, I guess yeah, and they're you're saying that they're killing people who do want change.
Yep.
You mentioned also that there is a high percentage of Iranians that want to get out.
Yep. That's all. If everyone could, everyone would.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the way I see it, at least. I don't know everyone in Iran, but I know my friends and I know my like family and people close to me. They all hate it. They don't want to be there.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, Iran is a beautiful country. It's like nowhere you've seen before. Sometimes we have all the four seasons, all like different like mountains, deserts, jungles, all at the same time. Like beaches, beautiful beaches. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
like crazy.
yeah,
But they don't really portray it that way. They don't show the kindness that people have, the hospitality that's like going through in Iran, the rich culture. Like like everyone knows that Iran has a really deep and rich culture, but they don't know anything about it.
yeah,
They have just heard some, I don't know, rumors or like seen a halo about it somehow. But
yeah, yeah. So it's funny, and it's like I have to admit my ignorance about and my stereotypical perception of what Iran is. And when I met you at the gallery, I thought it was quite odd that here's an
yeah.
Iranian guy, and
Yeah, I
think
could see
you
it in
had-
your face.
Yeah, you had a really funny T-shirt that was like hand painted.
Yeah, I did it myself. I painted that myself.
And I just thought, what is an Iranian guy doing here at a graffiti punk kind of art gallery? And yeah, and that's I guess why I started asking the questions. And
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
and you opened up and said that in Iran you're not allowed to drink alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol is banned, and like people don't have any nightclubs or pubs or anything like that. But people do it anyway. Yeah,
Right.
behind closed doors, anything goes.
Yeah, yeah. And is there a drug culture there?
Yes, yes. It's like weed is really popular back in Iran,
Yeah,
and like because it's mostly because people don't have much to do nowadays, at least, because except like house parties or hanging out with friends, going to eat something. That's it. That's
Yeah.
kind of it. So some other like other factors come in play, and they
Yeah.
have to pass their time somehow. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. With such a controlling government or army or what's there, it's difficult to truly express yourself.
Yeah, it kind of is, but you know, people still find a way to do that because like in order like to improve as a human being, like that suppression kind of helps,
Yeah,
you know, and they try to find new ways to like what can I say, to show how good they are at something or how like creative they can be.
yeah. And I guess you're going to want to start to rebel.
uh I right now I don't think that's a good idea because they're not treating
Yeah.
people who are like rebellious that well.
Yeah, but so then I would assume that there would be a major underground culture of some sort that are kind of
Yeah.
doing or trying to do their thing in closed doors and
Yeah, that happens. That happens everywhere, not just in Iran. But
yeah.
yeah, but it's like more underground than other places.
So, what would be like if you were there now at someone who's 25 or around that young age, on a Saturday, what would be a Saturday night? Would there? I said to you that I'm old now, but when I was 25, it was going to a pub, seeing a band, partying on, ending up at someone else's place.
The first thing that you have to know is that the weekend in Iran is Friday, so
Right.
their week starts at Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, it starts with Saturday, it ends with Friday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so a Friday night would be like me calling my friends up, like going out, driving to some place,
Yep.
mostly like driving around and talking,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe some days go have a coffee, like go to a restaurant, mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, drink probably. Like
Yep.
after like a hard day of looking for a drink, like that to get it.
Yeah, right. So how do you buy alcohol?
It's kind of like dealing. You
Wow.
call someone, it delivers to you with a like in a black plastic bag, kind of. So yeah, you have to pay cash and stuff. It's like that.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, it's worth it because we can drink at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what about how would you get weed?
Just like that. Just you know someone, you call someone, you know a friend who knows
Yep.
a friend. Yeah.
Wow. Some good Afghan kush.
Yeah, it's hard to get those stuff, but yeah.
And what about like harder drugs like ecstasy and any of that?
You can find that easily as well. I wasn't not much into that, so I never
Yeah.
tried. But my friends who like were into this kind of stuff, they used to like be able to get it, no problem.
Yeah.
But we weren't sure if it's the legit stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just you have to go with it.
Yeah. And so would there be a nightclub? Is there nightclubs?
No nightclubs, no dance clubs or anything like that. Because
Wow.
yeah, it's against the religion.
Wow.
Kinda. And yeah, but all the women in Iran have to wear hijab, the scarves on their face, so
Yeah.
they have to under head, and they have to cover their hair up. which like it's kind of, how can I say, it's like wearing out, kind of. It's been being worn out, so it's like becoming looser and like more easygoing. But still, they treat it like as a big crime.
Yeah.
So if someone's hair is showing, they
Yeah.
try to take action.
Yeah. Wow. So as a kid, we talked about like you would have grown up in Iran after the Iraqi invasions.
Yep.
Was there an influence on America? Like, did America have an influence on that culture, or?
I've only heard the stories because I didn't really read about that part of my history that much. I'm not that knowledgeable about it. But the things I've heard is that like America backed Iraq with like equipment and stuff which Iran didn't have much at the moment at the time. And like despite that, Iran like defended the country for 8 years, and they managed to like keep the country in one piece after 8 years. So
Yeah.
that's a big achievement on their part. Like hats off to them. But yeah, I think America had a lot to do with that, and like not just America, just many other countries.
And would you say that your parents supported your idea to come to Australia, or were they a bit old school?
Totally. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here
Right.
right now. It's
Yeah.
all their work.
Yeah.
Like 90% their work, 10% my own.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
And would
I
you
thank them here.
Yeah. Would you describe your parents somewhat against the regime, or did they?
Right now, yep. And like it's been building up for years.
Yeah.
You know, you try when you're living in a country for most of your life, you try to get adapted to what's going on around you. You know, when
Yeah.
you've reached a certain age, it's hard for you to change. It's hard for you to like demand a change, actually.
Yeah.
So it slowly builds up to a like not pleasant climax, which you just can't take it.
Yeah. Yeah. I could. Yeah. When you can't have a beer, you'd be wanting to get out of there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just simple things like that. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Like,
cutting the internet and freedom of speech must be really, yeah. I mean, coming from where I'm come from and the way I've been brought up, it's difficult to understand, you know?
yeah, there are things that people can't imagine, like living without, but people are doing so in Iran. Like, imagine like you wanna like, how can I say it? Hug your girlfriend or like kiss your girlfriend in the street or something. You can't do that in Iran because they're gonna do something about it. It's against the rules, against everything. But you know, things as simple as that, which are like
Yeah.
natural human rights, I would say.
Yeah.
It's hard to get it back in Iran. It's something that you have to achieve.
Yeah. So when you came to Australia for the first time, like, I guess I'm happy to say that Australia is quite free and open and very expressive. Like, did you have any strange moments where you were like, "Oh my God, like what's going on here?"
Not really, because I would say I've been preparing myself for this my whole life.
Yeah.
My whole life with like watching movies, listening to music, like getting to know other people's cultures.
Yep.
Like meeting people from other countries when they come to Iran, like tourists. So yeah, I tried to build up a strength.
Yeah.
For those moments, and fortunately, nothing happened.
So you arrived, obviously in Sydney.
Yep.
And then where did you go from there? Like, you knew you were coming to Wollongong because you got into uni?
I had like booked my accommodation, like international house.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to Sydney at about like 11:30 at night,
Okay.
and we had like a family friend who, well, she came like picked me up from the airport, gave me a place to stay for the night. But the day after that, I just went opened the bank account and just came straight to Wollongong.
And did you manage to find a job here?
Yeah, actually, I'm working in a Turkish kebab shop,
Okay.
Omar's Kebab.
Yep.
Like it's not that much work for now. It's just 2 days a week, but it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Expenses.
Yeah. Do you find that in Australia that it's expensive?
Super expensive.
Yeah.
Super duper expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to manage.
Yeah.
I'm learning though.
Yeah. Compared to the wages that we earn and the cost of living,
Yeah.
I definitely agree. What about in Iran? Like, what's the system there?
In Iran, like the pay rate is not that much. It's not that high. They don't. You get. You don't get paid well, and I don't know if you know this, but Iran has right now, as we're speaking, has the least valuable currency worldwide. So go Iran, and at least we won in something. We're number one in something, and yeah, that's mostly thanks to the sanctions
Yeah. Okay.
from America. But it's not. They don't pay you that well for jobs, and you need a lot of connections to get into the place where you deserve to be. And most people don't have those connections, and it's really hard for them to like manage to earn a living, to like live a simple life even,
Yeah.
or be able to afford a roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
And is there a I guess in Iranian culture that you belong to, with your friends and your family, is there an angst about America?
Uh, I wouldn't say so. Really,
Yeah,
people
okay.
don't care anymore.
Yeah, right.
People really don't give. I'm sorry to say, but people don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah. About America and what they're doing, or
Well, everyone knows to some extent that they're not doing good stuff, and yeah, but they are really sick and tired of the things that are being done to them by their own country,
yeah,
by their own leaders. So they really don't. They're kind of confused, I would say, as I am as well,
yeah,
because you really can't decide who is like against you and who is the enemy and who's the friend.
yeah, yeah. Definitely understand. Yeah,
It's like that. So yeah.
yeah. And it's funny, like my understanding of what I've experienced with you now is that you have an open mind for different things.
Yep.
And American culture has an effect on that, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. They have an effect on every single person on the planet.
Yeah, yeah,
We can't deny that.
yeah. And one of your favorite bands you mentioned was Tool,
Yep.
and they're from. It's interesting because I guess I don't have an idea or a preconceived idea of what Iranians think about America.
Iranians don't really talk about America that much or think about America that much because they have a lot going on back home. So they have to like maintain their sanity, I would say. But all we get to hear like regarding America, we hear in music, we see in movies, we watch in movies, like in the internet, YouTube, stuff like that. That's what we kind of know about America because the news, the Iranian, like the TV, the cable is like worth nothing. It's really nothing. It's everyone knows that like they lie, they show stupid series, TV series, like stupid movies.
Yeah.
They like to keep people uneducated. That's for sure because they don't want anyone to like rise against them kind of with some knowledge that they don't already have.
Yeah, definitely. What would you tell someone who, that doesn't know anything about Iran or has misconceived ideas about Iran and their culture and how do, someone go ahead and find out about what real Iran information is.
Book a ticket and travel to Iran for a week, and you're a changed man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can guarantee that. Just stay in a hostel or like find a family on couch surfing or something like that.
Yeah.
Just go and see for yourself
Yeah.
the beauty, the kindness,
Yeah.
the spirit of the country. The good vibes everywhere, but like bad vibes everywhere as well. Because bad vibes, sad vibes, kind of because of the people of the country.
Yeah.
But a tourist is gonna have a lot of fun in Iran. It's cheap for a tourist. It's like easy to go around. Very nice people every day. I mean, every day, everywhere. So it's gonna be a life-changing experience because just ask anyone who's been to Iran.
Yeah.
Just ask any foreigner who's ever been to Iran their
Yeah.
opinion. No, I guarantee you that no one is gonna tell you that they had a really bad experience in Iran. They all had fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe like that you could know more about Iran.
Yeah. That's something. I mean, I'd love to have a look at and experience. Well, just want to say thank you for coming into the
Thank you
Output
for
Lab
having me. I'm honored.
and dropping some knowledge. And it's been a pleasure to meet you.
Same here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It was very nice.